In the deepest, most inaccessible corners of our world, secrets lie sleeping. Hidden deep within overgrown jungles, beneath the oceans, and under shifting desert sands, ancient figures stand cloaked in vines and moss. These are the forbidden statues, silent sentinels guarding stories, never meant for modern ears. They are not mere works of art or simple idols of worship. Some seem to watch those who approach, their empty eyes following every movement. Others appear almost alive, their expression shifting subtly in the flickering light. The most feared among them are said to carry a lingering energy, a warning left behind by their creators. For generations, local legends have spoken of them in hushed tones, warning explorers away from sacred ground. Tonight, we will embark on a journey that few dare to take, traveling through the forgotten corners of the world. We will seek to uncover the forbidden statues that terrify the very archaeologists who discovered them. The story of these forbidden figures often begins with the simple rhythmic scrape of a tool against earth. A team of explorers, driven by a thirst for knowledge, sets up camp in a remote location. They are searching for pottery shards, bone fragments, or the foundations of ancient dwellings. But sometimes, they uncover something else entirely. A face staring back at them from the soil. Many of these statues are found in absolute isolation, standing alone in dense jungles, miles away from any known settlement. Others are discovered buried upside down, their heads driven deep into the earth. This intentional burial has given rise to a chilling theory among some experts. They suggest that these statues were not merely hidden, but contained a method to neutralize a powerful energy. The earth itself was used as a prison, a final measure to lock away something that terrified its own makers. The statues are inscribed with symbols and scripts that have baffled linguists, depicting celestial bodies and humanoid figures with unnervingly large eyes. The fear these statues inspire is not born of superstition alone, it is a primal response to encountering the truly unknown. For an archaeologist, these figures represent a piece that simply does not fit. They break the established rules of history and anthropology. This feeling is amplified by the sheer scale and artistry of the statues, suggesting a level of sophistication far beyond what was thought possible. Field reports are filled with accounts of strange phenomena, sudden equipment malfunctions, inexplicable sounds, and feelings of being constantly watched. The psychological toll can be immense, leading to vivid nightmares and an overwhelming compulsion to abandon the dig site. Ultimately, the terror of these forbidden statues lies in the questions they force us to ask about ourselves. If our ancestors were capable of such monumental feats, what other knowledge did they possess? The existence of these statues suggests that the world was once a far more mysterious and dangerous place. To study these figures is to stare into an abyss of lost history, and the most terrifying part is the feeling that something from that abyss is staring back. The process of unearthing the forbidden begins with a quiet, almost reverent patience. An archaeologist's hand guides a trowel through layers of compacted earth, each scrape a whisper against centuries of silence. The work is methodical, a slow peeling back of time itself. It is in this state of focused repetition that the unexpected often strikes. A curve of polished stone emerges from the dirt, too smooth and symmetrical to be a natural rock formation. The initial excitement is purely academic, a surge of adrenaline that comes with any potentially significant find. The first glimpse is always deceptive, a crest of a head, the tip of a pointed crown, or the severe line of a jawbone. The statue doesn't just occupy space, it imposes its presence on the landscape, radiating an aura of ancient authority. The archaeologists are looking at a priceless artifact, a key that could unlock the secrets of an entire civilization. Yet as they gaze upon the stone face, a sense of intrusion begins to creep in, a feeling that they have breached a sacred boundary. Among the most disturbing discoveries are the statues deliberately hidden from sight. In several cases, archaeologists have unearthed colossal figures buried upside down. The head driven deep into the earth is not the work of time or geological upheaval. It is the result of immense, intentional effort. To carve and erect a statue of this magnitude requires a significant investment of resources, skill, and labor. To then bury it headfirst suggests an equally powerful but opposing motivation: fear. The very creators of these magnificent effigies decided their creations were too dangerous to exist in the world of the living. These inverted guardians are often found with other strange markers, such as layers of ash and charcoal packed around the head. The ancients were not just hiding a statue, they were performing an exorcism on a grand scale. For the archaeologists who unearthed them, these inverted figures present a terrifying paradox. Every scoop of dirt removed feels like a betrayal of that ancient fear, bringing them one step closer to releasing a force that an entire civilization believed should remain buried forever. As soon as the forbidden statue is uncovered, technology begins to fail. GPS units lose signal, compasses spin wildly, and cameras malfunction. Images are corrupted, memory cards wiped clean, radios and satellite phones emit only static. Even heavy machinery stalls. The team is left isolated, unable to document or communicate, as if the artifact itself is resisting their presence. As the tools of science fail, the team faces a growing sense of dread. At night, vivid nightmares and whispers haunt the camp, as if the land itself is speaking. Paranoia and fear fracture the group, and their experiences are left out of official reports. These stories become whispered warnings, reminders that some discoveries are best left undisturbed. Among field archaeologists, an unspoken protocol exists for when discoveries become unsettling. Respect local warnings, and if the site turns hostile, retreat. Sometimes, the only choice is to rebury what's been disturbed, honoring ancient fears. Some secrets are kept for a reason. Humanity may not be ready for what sleeps beneath its feet. Deep in the Central American jungle, archaeologists uncovered a golden idol, half man, half serpent, its obsidian eyes reflecting an unnerving, lifelike gaze. The locals fell silent, recognizing Kukulkan from whispered legends, their fear palpable. But Dr. Finch saw only a priceless artifact. Unaware, he was about to break a centuries-old taboo. As the team created the golden idol, the jungle's vibrant symphony faded into an unnatural silence. The local guides grew anxious, warning Dr. Finch not to disturb Kukulkan's guardian. He dismissed their fears, but that night, unsettling winds and whispers haunted the camp. Fear took hold. What if the superstition was real? What if they had truly angered a guardian spirit? The morning after the night of whispers brought no relief. Our tools were shattered, electronics dead, and even our digital watches stopped. The jungle itself seemed to turn against us. Birds swarmed, a venomous snake appeared, and paranoia set in. We were under siege, and at the center of it all sat the silent, golden idol of Kukulkan. The curse turned from our equipment to our bodies. Marco, the first to touch the idol, collapsed with fever and delirium, haunted by visions of a serpent. Soon, others fell ill, crippling migraines, exhaustion, and terrifying hallucinations. The team fractured, paranoia spreading. The local elder watched, grave and warned. It is a sickness of the spirit. The guardian's shadow will not lift until the idol is returned. When Marco's condition became critical, Dr. Lena Petrova told Finch the truth. They had to return the idol. They had disturbed something they didn't understand, and it was killing them. With heavy hearts, the team returned the idol to the earth. Marco's fever broke, the dread lifted, and the jungle came back to life. They left with no proof, only the knowledge that some secrets are meant to remain buried. In the vast Pacific Ocean lies Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, one of the most remote inhabited islands on Earth, famous for its colossal moai statues, carved centuries ago by the Rapa Nui people. These stone giants stand as silent sentinels, their purpose still shrouded in mystery. Were they guardians, ancestors, or something more? The moai remain a testament to human ingenuity and the island's enigmatic past. The moai of Easter Island face inland, not the sea. Their gaze is fixed on the villages and ceremonial spaces of their creators, watching over the people, not guarding against outside threats. These statues were believed to embody deified ancestors, their presence a source of blessing and protection. But their watchful eyes may also have been a reminder of tradition and law, a silent, powerful force shaping island life. As the island changed, the moai remained, their stone faces unchanging, witnessing it all. For centuries, the world saw the moai as just giant heads, their bodies lost to time. Recent excavations revealed the truth. The heads had massive buried bodies, carved with mysterious symbols and motifs. Hidden carvings, canoes, celestial shapes, and stylized eyes suggest these secrets were meant for the gods, not for human eyes. The moai of Easter Island, giant stone faces carved from volcanic rock, were moved miles across rugged terrain. For generations, the Rapa Nui people said the statues walked to their platforms, guided by sacred mana. In 2012, researchers showed a small team could rock a replica moai side to side, making it walk. Here, myth and engineering blend, and the line between magic and technology blurs. The moai's hidden petroglyphs, stars, suns, and mysterious eyes spark theories of ancient sky watchers. Were these statues ancestral guardians, celestial markers, or something more? Their enigmatic faces and star-carved backs link Easter Island to a global tradition of sky gazing and perhaps to mysteries far beyond our world. Welcome to Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, where the Tigris and Euphrates meet, and the first cities rose. Here people believed in powerful spirits and gods, and built colossal guardians to protect their cities. The Lamassu, part human, lion and eagle, stood watch, fusing strength, wisdom, and divinity to guard against chaos. If you're fascinated by these ancient mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more secrets from the past, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What statue or legend intrigues you most? Even today, their mystery endures, buried in the sands of time. To stand before a Lamassu is to feel the weight of 4,000 years of history. These ancient guardians are both immovable and in motion, stationary from the front, striding from the side. Their human faces, calm and wise, gaze into your soul, offering comfort to friends and warning to foes. The Lamassu's presence is a silent declaration. This threshold is protected by a power beyond the physical realm. The standard image of the Lamassu is one of proud, upright power, so imagine the shock and confusion of archaeologists when, during an excavation at a lesser-known provincial palace, they made a discovery that completely inverted this understanding. Following the foundation of a collapsed city wall, they expected to find the remnants of a gatehouse. Instead, their digging revealed the massive, flat base of a stone figure. As they dug deeper, a terrible and familiar pattern emerged. They had found a Lamassu, but it had been buried upside down, its serene human face driven deep into the earth in a clear act of ritual desecration. This was not an isolated incident. Similar discoveries have been made at other sites, always on the periphery of the great Assyrian Empire. These were not the grand, celebrated protectors of the capital cities, but guardians of smaller, more vulnerable settlements. The act of burying a 10-ton divine protector headfirst into the ground would have required a phenomenal amount of effort, far more than simply toppling it over. This was a deliberate, methodical act, one born not of disrespect, but of sheer, unadulterated terror. The very beings created to ward off evil had, for some reason, become objects of fear for their own people. What could possibly cause a civilization to turn on its own divine guardians? The cuneiform texts found near these sites offer a chilling clue. They don't speak of the Lamassu as being evil themselves. Instead, they hint at a horrifying possibility that a protector could become corrupted, its divine energy overwhelmed by a more powerful demonic force. A Lamassu in this scenario could become a gateway, a vessel through which a malevolent entity could enter the physical world. The protector, once a shield against the darkness, could become the very source of the infection it was meant to prevent. Faced with such a terrifying prospect, the Assyrians would have had only one option. They could not destroy the Lamassu, for to do so might unleash the entity trapped within. Instead, they would have to perform a ritual of containment. By inverting the statue and burying its head in the earth, they were symbolically and spiritually blinding it, cutting off its connection to both the heavens and the human world. It was a desperate act of quarantine, an attempt to use the immense weight of the earth itself to seal a spiritual prison. They were burying their fallen guardian, hoping to lock away the shadow that had consumed it. Ancient Assyrian warnings spoke of a sleeping anger beneath the earth. In the 1990s, archaeologists ignored local cautions and tried to unearth a buried Lamassu. As they began, a violent sandstorm struck, destroying their camp and equipment. Some claimed to hear a guttural, ancient voice in the wind. The desert reclaimed the site, and the warning was fulfilled. The Lamassu statues were not just art, they were guardians, believed to hold back ancient forces of chaos. Disturbing them, the ancients warned, could unleash shadows, real, named demons like Pazuzu and Lamassu. Today, as we unearth these statues, we may be tampering with ancient locks. The fear of the ancients lingers, a reminder that civilization's light is always surrounded by rising shadows. Our quest for forbidden statues now plunges us into the deep ocean, a silent, alien world where cities and civilizations lie hidden beneath miles of water. Here, divers discover lost cities, ancient harbors, and statues, gods and heroes frozen in time, encrusted with coral and mystery. These haunting figures are not just artifacts, but lonely ghosts of a drowned world, guarding secrets in the eternal twilight below. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island lies a mysterious underwater monument, massive stone terraces and steps, as if carved by ancient hands. Some scientists insist it's a natural formation, shaped by seismic activity and erosion. Others, like marine geologist Masaki Kimura, believe it's the work of a lost civilization. The debate endures, as the Yonaguni monument remains, an enigma resting silently on the ocean floor. Among Yonaguni's mysterious ruins, one feature stands out, a colossal stone face, known as the Moai of the Deep. Its eroded features, a long nose and defined brow, stare into the blue, evoking both awe and unease. Some believe it's a guardian, a sentinel from a lost world, its presence echoing ancient statues across the globe. The face waits in the deep, a silent witness to forgotten history. The mystery of Yonaguni deepens with the strange phenomena reported by those who explore it. The waters around the monument are known for their strong, unpredictable currents, but divers have reported something more than just natural water movement. They describe localized and, honestly, inexplicable magnetic anomalies in the immediate vicinity of the main structures. Compasses, both digital and analog, are said to spin erratically or point steadfastly towards the center of the monument, defying the Earth's magnetic north. This has led to speculation that the rock itself has unusual magnetic properties, or, more fantastically, that some form of ancient, unknown technology remains active within the stone. Even more unsettling are the auditory phenomena. The underwater world is far from silent. It's filled with the clicks of dolphins, the songs of whales, and the crackle of snapping shrimp. But divers at Yonaguni have reported hearing a sound that just doesn't belong to any known marine life. It's described as a low-frequency, resonant humming, a deep vibration that can be felt in the chest as much as it is heard. This humming isn't constant, it seems to come and go without warning, and is most often reported by divers who are alone and near the central pyramid or the giant stone face. Now, skeptics are quick to offer rational explanations for these reports. They suggest the magnetic anomalies are caused by natural iron deposits in the sandstone, and that the low-frequency humming is simply the sound of distant container ships, tectonic activity, or even the diver's own breathing equipment, distorted by the water and the psychological stress of a deep dive. These are plausible explanations, but they really fail to account for the consistency and specificity of the reports from divers across many years. The phenomena seem to be an integral part of the Yonaguni experience, an unseen energy that permeates the entire site. These sensory anomalies create an atmosphere of profound and unnerving mystery. Imagine being suspended in the deep ocean, your life dependent on the equipment strapped to your back, and your compass begins to fail. Imagine the silence of the deep being broken by a low, persistent hum that seems to emanate from the ancient stones themselves. It feels as if the monument is not entirely dormant, as if some residual energy from its creators, or the cataclysm that destroyed them, is still echoing through the water. It's almost as if the very ocean itself is whispering the secrets of the city it consumed so long ago. The ocean, covering most of our world, is the keeper of our deepest history. Its underwater statues and ruins are preserved in a cold embrace, protected from time. As we explore these depths, we must remember, these silent sentinels may guard secrets that could change our understanding of the past forever. In 2013, the Manchester Museum in England became home to a mystery. A small 4,000-year-old Egyptian statuette, locked in a glass case, began to rotate on its own, always at night, never during the day. Time-lapse footage confirmed the eerie movement, leaving curators and the world both baffled and fascinated by the Neb-Senu Anomaly. The Neb-Senu statue's mysterious movement sent chills through the museum. Some believed it was proof of ancient spirits, the cause seeking peace after centuries of silence. Staff felt a strange coldness, and whispers seemed to echo from the glass. Was the statue turning away from the modern world, longing for the solitude of its tomb? The boundary between life and stone felt suddenly, hauntingly thin. As the world's media descended upon the Manchester Museum, the scientific community scrambled to find a rational, physical explanation for the statue's mysterious movement. The most prominent theory that emerged was that of differential friction, caused by subtle, imperceptible vibrations. Physicist and television presenter Brian Cox was among the first to propose this idea. He suggested that the combination of foot traffic from visitors during the day and the vibrations from vehicle traffic on the busy road outside the museum was causing the statue to move. The motion was too small to see in real time, but over hours, it added up. The theory goes like this. The serpentine stone of the statue and the glass shelf it rests on have different levels of hardness and friction. The constant tiny vibrations cause the statue to slip and turn, always in the same direction, because of a slight unevenness on its base. The base of the Neb-Senu statue is convex, meaning it's not perfectly flat, which would make it more susceptible to this kind of minute movement. The statue would vibrate and turn during the day, but the motion was so slow it was only noticeable the next morning, creating the illusion that it moved only at night when no one was around. To test this hypothesis, the museum staff moved the statue to a different location, away from the main thoroughfare of the gallery and into a more stable, vibration-proof environment. For a time, the movement seemed to stop, and the scientific explanation appeared to be validated. The case was closed, the mystery solved. It was not a restless spirit, but simple physics. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief, its rational worldview restored. The magic was explained away, and the statue of Neb-Senu was once again just a block of carved stone, its brief moment of life nothing more than a trick of friction and vibration. However, this neat explanation is not without its own set of nagging questions. Why did this phenomenon only start after 80 years of the statue being in the museum? The traffic outside and the visitors inside were not new developments. More importantly, why was only this one statue moving? The display case was filled with other artifacts, some of a similar size and material, resting on the very same glass shelf. None of them moved a single millimeter. The vibration theory, while plausible, cannot fully account for the specificity of the event. It doesn't explain why, out of thousands of objects, only Neb-Senu decided to dance. The case of Neb-Senu is not entirely unique. Stories of moving or active statues are scattered throughout history and across cultures. In Catholic traditions, statues of the Virgin Mary weep real tears. In Hindu temples, idols are said to drink milk offered by devotees. These events are often declared miracles, signs of divine presence. Statues become bodies for spiritual energy to manifest in our world. This belief is one of humanity's oldest and most universal spiritual concepts. It transcends any single religion or culture. From the mana of the Moai to the Ka of the Egyptians, the idea is the same. The stone acts as an anchor for spiritual energy to manifest. The statue becomes its body, its way of interacting with the physical plane. This ancient worldview offers a powerful alternative to the vibration theory. Perhaps the energy of the thousands of visitors who passed by Neb-Senu each day acted as a catalyst. Instead of just physical vibrations, maybe their focused attention, their curiosity, and their own spiritual energy fed the dormant spirit within the statue. We, the observers, were not passive witnesses. We were active participants in the phenomenon. Ultimately, we're left with a choice between two worlds. One is a world of predictable physics, of friction and vibration, where every mystery has a rational solution. The other is a world where the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thin. The story of the moving statues forces us to confront this choice. It challenges us to ask whether our modern, scientific lens shows us the whole picture, or if we've forgotten that some things are not meant to be explained, only to be witnessed with a sense of wonder and awe. In the forgotten corners of the world, ancient temples are slowly reclaimed by the jungle. Here, nature is the ultimate guardian. Roots and vines envelop stone, turning walls into living sculptures. Trees consume temples, their roots prying apart stone, wrapping deities in a green embrace. In this world, nature and architecture become one, reminding us that nothing built by humans lasts forever. Across the world, nature wages a silent siege, reclaiming ancient ruins with vines, roots, sand, and water. Lost cities vanish beneath jungle canopies, while deserts bury temples in sand. Over decades, roots fracture stone, making guardian and treasure inseparable. To save the ruins, we must destroy the trees. But to do so risks losing everything. The earth itself stands as the ultimate gatekeeper of its own history. When we look at this process from a wider perspective, a fascinating and honestly, somewhat terrifying theory begins to form. What if this natural object back into the body of the Earth where it can be safely contained. This theory, honestly, casts the events we've seen in a new light. The curses, the equipment failures, the freak storms. Perhaps they are not the actions of angry spirits, but the initial aggressive response of this planetary immune system. They are the fever, the inflammation, the immediate reaction designed to drive intruders away from a sensitive area. When these immediate defenses fail, the slower long-term response kicks in, the silent, inexorable siege of nature, which will patiently work for centuries, if necessary, to neutralize the threat and restore balance. This makes us, the archaeologists and explorers, the infection. Our curiosity, our desire to dig up and analyze, is seen not as a noble quest for knowledge, but as an act that risks releasing a contained danger back into the world. The real guardian of these forbidden statues, then, is not a curse written on a tablet or a ghost haunting a tomb. It is the living, breathing planet itself, which remembers the power sealed within these stones. Nature's revenge is not an act of anger, it is an act of preservation. It is the earth protecting itself, and maybe protecting the rest of us from secrets we are not yet ready to understand. From Mesopotamia's deserts to Pacific ruins, we've seen silent stone guardians across continents. What if these statues weren't idols but prisons, built to contain forces ancient civilizations feared, rituals sealed energies inside stone, locking them away? The curses and legends are warnings. These are not monuments, but high-security cells. The ancients left us a network of warnings. Never open the doors. Across continents and oceans, ancient cultures left behind the same faces, the same warnings, the same rituals, echoes of a forgotten global language. The statues are not just art, but messages, remnants of a lost civilization's universal story. They warn us, we are not alone, and there are forces we cannot control. The statues watch, waiting to see if we will finally listen. We stand at a precipice, caught between science and the whispers of ancient stone. The forbidden statues endure, their impassive faces a warning that transcends time. The fear they inspire is the message, a call for humility, a reminder that some mysteries are not meant to be solved. The warning is there for anyone who dares to look through the eyes of stone. If you found these secrets as fascinating as we did, don't forget to subscribe, share this video with fellow explorers, and dive into our other mysteries.